I was driving to work this morning, I was listening to another radio station, as we broadcasters sometimes do. What I heard shocked and saddened me.
The Entertainment Roundtable.
They're here, nerds.
Wait, is this the group that goes around mutilating squirrels?
You just mind your P's and Q's, Buster, and remember who you're dealing with.
Well, at least we found them.
Fortuitous, Captain. And now that we have them all together,
you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs.
The Entertainment Roundtable.
They make one person go, blah, 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 and the other person go, what are you talking about? And then one person goes, blah, 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 blah.
Story of our lives this week, no doubt about it. Hey, welcome into the show. Hope everything is going well with you. We're expecting the full house today. We're missing a couple of people, but they will join in progress as we go along.
Those slackers that never show up to these shows.
You mean like him? Oh, you were talking about you.
I was being sarcastic about myself because I've not been here in 20 years.
No kidding. I'm
We've
about
missed
being
you.
A slacker.
Yeah, I've been slacking big time.
I bet you have.
Yeah, really. Talk about being a slacker. Good grief.
Goodness.
Where have you been anyway?
We're making a movie. Woo-hoo!
Oh, I've heard something about this.
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and give the full details here. We have found out some of the details. For example, this is a movie basically about former University of Alabama football standout, went on to the NFL.
Yep.
Played for the Miami Dolphins, among other teams, Tony Nathan.
Yes.
But we're even going to go back before his college days.
We're going to start with Woodlawn High School when he started making his name kind of in football, especially in Birmingham. He was one of the first African-American superstars, really high school superstars here in Alabama. Played for Woodlawn, led to one of the most attended high school football games in Alabama history. 40,000 people came out to Legion Field to watch Banks and Woodlawn play each other.
Now, considering that this happens to be a Irwin Brothers production, there's a pretty good opportunity that it's going to be filmed in the local area.
Yes, it's going to be shot all around here. We're shooting at Hueytown the first week, and then we're going to be shooting at Old Berry High School. Going right into the second week and pretty much all that second week. So.
And that would lead me to believe that there's going to be opportunities for people to be extras.
Ever be opportunities. We need as many people as possible. Tomorrow we're holding, today, we're holding a audition for...
No, don't worry. They know that we record on Fridays. It's no secret.
Yes,
so, but for Saturday.
The magic is lost.
No, don't worry.
This Saturday, so today, starting at 10 a.m. through 8 p.m., so pretty much all day, you can stop by the Pelham Civic Center. We're going to be in the banquet hall. A big room there. We're going to be holding auditions for kind of featured extras. Or there's a lot of needs in this film for stand-ins, for featured extras, for people that'll be up close to the camera, to crowd scenes. Pretty much we'll need you for something. And if you want to get involved, you'll definitely have an opportunity to get involved. If you live in Alabama and want to be a part of this project, we're going to be shooting from November 3rd through December 20th, and there's going to be tons of opportunity to be a part of it.
So Saturday, 8 a.m. to...
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
through 8 p.m.
Through 8 p.m.
Anytime. It should take about 15 minutes to get through. We're just going to take a photo, get you to fill out some information, and you're done.
Pelham Civic Center.
Yes.
All right. Not too far away from the what I still like to call the Oak Mountain Amphitheater.
Yes.
So just off the Pelham exit 119. Go on down there, check it out. Josh, welcome back to the show, my friend.
Yes, it's been a long time.
Just in time for the Movie League draft.
That's why I'm here.
Exactly. David.
Howdy.
How are you, sir?
Busy.
Yeah, welcome to the club. We all know the feeling very, very well.
I imagine so.
Yeah, we're working on phones right now. For example, we've got one Jacob on the phone. Hello, Jacob. How are you? There he is. Hey, Jacob, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. How are you?
That was one very important button.
Yes, it was. Appreciate that. And we're waiting on Ryan. Jeff over there running the board. Thank you very much, sir. And we're only missing one. If he doesn't make it in for the show, those people who are slotted in after him in the random draft for the Movie League, they move up a spot.
Fantastic.
Woo. Yep. We'll give the full rundown on who's lined up where coming up here in just a few moments and give you the full rules of it. It's basically kind of the same thing as our Summer Movie League draft, except two big changes here. Number one is the fact that we've already gone through it, so it should be a little bit smoother. We'll do it in the final segment of the show. And number two is the fact that there are only 3 rounds this time instead of the 5. So, and we're going to go, where did we decide? We're going to go all the way through, starting actually Halloween weekend. Jacob, by the way, very nice job in coming up with the list here. It'll go all the way through mid-February. So those are going to be the numbers that we're going to be looking for and the movies that we have to choose from. And it will be interesting to see who picks what. Because, I've done the random drawing. I know who's going where, and it really ought to be very, very interesting. Ryan, hey, welcome in, my friend.
Hello, it's great to have all the Avengers assembled again.
Yeah, no kidding. It's amazing. We've got the whole gang back together again. Let's start off where we usually start off, and that is with the top 10 movies of the week. And if you have seen one and you have not had the chance to review it, stop it and let me know. Number 10 is The Maze Runner. It's barely hanging on to the top 10, 4.3 million, 90.7. Number 9 is The Equalizer. Number 8, the horror film Annabelle, and that's 7.8 million. So
I've seen both the top 2 ones, but I've been gone for so long, so pretty much everything. I don't want to give her a
yeah, really.
Slow the show down.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Just give us thumbs up or thumbs down. On the
thumbs
film.
down thumbs up for Maze Runner. Thought it was really good.
Yeah,
very surprised.
Yeah,
because I thought it was going to look terrible.
Equalizer.
I said it was fun, but it was basically like if you threw a bunch of Denzel Washington movies and action movies into a software and generated a just kind of blah, action movie from that. That's what you would get. But it was fun.
What they do anyway.
Yeah, probably, actually. But it's Denzel Washington kicking butt. Who cares? It's fun.
Number 8, Annabelle. $7.8 million for the number 8 film of the week. So a lot of people were going to the movies last weekend. Number 7 is The Judge.
Saw it.
7.9 million, 26.8.
Saw it. Loved it. It was awesome.
That pretty much goes with everybody else.
I'm not. It's awesome. It's Robert Duvall and Robert Downey Jr. That's all you need to know.
Number 6, Dracula.
Here's the part where you cry.
Dracula Untold.
Make you cry.
Oh, that brings us to the top 5. The Best of Me. Debuts to $10 million. Number 4, Alexander, the very, very, very bad, no good, horrible, terrible day, whatever it was. 11.4 million, 36.2. You've seen it?
No, but it looks so terrible.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just not going to. The Book of Life, something that Jeff does want to see, debuts to $17 million. Had the chance to check it out yet? Not yet?
I have not. It'll probably be one of those.
I had a lot of friends that worked on it on the animation side.
So. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Great.
It's not helping us with a review.
Right.
Looked interesting.
Into number 2, Gone Girl, 17.5 million, 106.7. So far, that's pretty much everyone's basic idea behind it. And since 3 of us had the chance on Tuesday night to check out Fury, have you seen Fury?
I've not.
You've not? You've not been able to make it? All right. We're going to start, tell you what. We'll start with you, Jeff. Where would you like to talk about Fury, which debuts to $23.7 million?
I got to be honest. We saw this, Tuesday? Tuesday night. And it's been, honestly, I've been running it back in my head over a lot of things. It stuck with me. It's a sticker, which is always a good sign. When we walked out of there, I was about ready to give it a 7.5 or so.
Okay.
But I honestly think time's going to be very kind to this movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I was discussing it with some other friends of mine who have also seen it. And just the way that it's structured, and especially that middle scene when they have sort of a lull in the action.
Yeah, that
one has really stuck with me, and I think this was gonna fit comfortably on my shelf next to a movie like Full Metal Jacket or The Thin Red Line, as far as these war movies that aren't just men bonding in action kind of things.
Gotcha.
I really, really enjoy this movie. I think it's fantastic. I'm giving it a solid 9.
Giving it a 9. Jacob, you echo or disagree?
Well, this movie was dark, gritty, slow, boring. Name a ton of other things that just you can think of about how exactly World War II would have been, and that is this movie. And I say that as a compliment.
Okay.
I feel like this movie really, really, I mean, not that I would have known. I don't know. I wasn't there, but obviously, but it feels like this is what World War II, being in World War II, was like. And they don't glamorize anything. There's nothing, glitzy. There's no love story in there. It is just, here's some scenes from what could have taken place in World War II, and I mean, it's fantastic. The acting is amazing. I mean, when you make Shia LaBeouf, when he is a good actor in the movie, you've got great directing. So I absolutely loved this movie. Like I said, it's dark and depressing, and it's not a fun movie. So if you're looking for fun, don't go see this movie. But very deep and very good. I'm giving it an 8.5. It's really, really good.
All right. I really can't argue with anything, and I'm not really able to add a whole lot other than this. Most of the people I've talked to about Fury have said that this is being compared to Saving Private Ryan. Now, Saving Private Ryan, we heard many, many stories about the first 30 minutes of that film, how actual World War II vets had to get up and leave the theater because it was so realistic that it just brought back such vivid memories. We, Tuesday night, we didn't have a whole lot of people in the theater, but we had one kind of late arrival, came walking in shortly before the movie started. Most of the previews had already ended. And they were sitting about, I was sitting over, of the three of us, kind of on the far right of us, if you were looking at us, and or if you were looking towards the screen, I should say. And they were sitting about 4 rows down in front of me and about 3 or 4 seats over towards the side. And I think that gentleman was a vet, because I would hear him every once in a while gasp or have some sort of an emotional reaction during certain scenes like you would have seen at the beginning of Saving Private Ryan. So I think this does, like you said, Jacob, hit pretty close to home when it comes to the realism of the fighting in there. It is a little bit on the plotting side. What you're going to get is a whole lot of excitement here, and then you'll have some time when you have some downtime, and some of the guys kind of get to know each other a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's a whole lot more action here. It's a little bit on the predictable side, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. We talked about this last week when we talked about the judge. The judge is ultimately predictable, but it is overcome by the performances. In this case, it's overcome by the performances. Very, very well done. I'm going to split it. I can't give it the high marks that I gave Saving Private Ryan. I gave Saving Private Ryan like a 9.5 as I look back on it.
Movie.
I'm going to echo you, Jeff. I'm going to give it a 9. It is, and you and I talked about this, Jacob. This makes now 3 movies in a row we've seen that are quality films, in our opinion. We haven't been able to say that all year this year.
And let me add a little bit to what you just said about its predictability. It is predictable in that it is going to go one of 2 ways.
Sure.
And that's the thing. That is where it's predictability. Either there's going to be a happy ending or a sad ending. And going into it, it's going to be one of those 2. I'm not going to spoil which one it is, but it's going to be one of those 2.
Yep. All right.
And if I may, I want to toss one more thing in there about the predictability, which is that, yeah, it kind of is, but then again, the plot is just a skeleton for the.
Sure.
This is basically a parable about what war can and does do to a person.
Oh yeah, and it's so much more about the characters.
Absolutely, and it's like we said, it's just so well done. It's go see it. It's definitely worth the time. Then you got this weekend 2 films in wide release. So we just starring Olivia Cook, Anna Kodo. It's about a group of friends who unleash a dark power through the use of an ancient spirit board. Anybody have any interest in this whatsoever? No. I didn't think so.
No.
Then there's the one that
Battleship.
Yeah, really. Then there's the one that, well, Jeff.
Woohoo! John Wick.
You love the line. What's the line again?
I lost everything.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's
that dog was a final gift from my dying wife.
Well, what's the line I keep laughing at? People are saying I'm back. Or something like that.
I guess I am.
Yeah,
and I was like, is that like a Keanu Reeves reference? Like to
pretty
his
much.
Career?
Maybe. He's hoping.
It's got like really good reviews on Rotten Tomatoes.
Keanu Reeves, William Dafoe, former hitman, comes out of retirement to track down the people who stole his car and killed his dog. And Jeff is excited about it. I actually admit I'm kind of excited about it.
I'm wanting it to be like super terrible.
Yeah, I want to see it, but I'm assuming it's going to be terrible and it's going to be wonderful for that.
Yeah, that's exactly the reason I want to see it now.
Right.
Like people are building up so much. I'm like, okay, I want to see this for being a bad movie.
Ryan, we haven't heard from you much here. Any interest in this film?
Yeah, I am interested in seeing it. I just don't know if it's worth paying $8.50 for. I'd rather see it on Redbox.
We might actually have a chance to review this for you and let you know whether it's worth.
Dude,
checking
Ryan,
out the
just
movie
give him
there.
20 and go on in. It'll be worth it. I'm calling it now.
Other films, if you are so interested in trying to search them out, include in limited release White Bird in a Blizzard. This is Shailene Woodley, Eva Green, Christopher Maloney, among others. Laggies, which stars Keira Knightley, Chloe Grace Moretz, and Sam Rockwell. Citizen 4, which is a documentary about Edward Snowden, so that might be a little bit hard for you to track down because documentaries don't get very wide release. A film called Force Majeure, something called 23 Blast, Revenge of the Green Dragons, and a film called Exists. And then next week...
the film just kind of lied there.
Yeah, really. Next week in theaters, a couple of them that you could choose from. Nightcrawler is one of them, Before I Go to Sleep, and Horns is available as well. I think Horns is going to start off, though, in limited release and then start to move wide.
Ridiculously retarded.
Yeah,
It was a good book,
right.
though.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think that.
So you have
Nightcrawler
any
looks
interest
good.
in seeing it?
I do.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think Nightcrawler looks really good.
I do too. Nightcrawler looks good with Gyllenhaal.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah, it does look very good. Because we want to try and get in as much as we possibly can here in the process, I'm going to go ahead and start into movie news, and then we'll see if we can't get through all the movie news and the TV news next segment, and we'll make the last segment all about the draft. Let's start off here, Jacob, with you and cartoons being made into live action. And talking about it a lot when it comes to Disney, but apparently Hasbro wants in on that action. So they're taking the old cartoon Gem and the Holograms. This is, to me, just a horrible idea, but let's go ahead and get the details.
Yeah, for some truly outrageous news, Hasbro is going to.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, that was a thinker. You had to wait for it.
Oh, I got it. I just
I'm not good.
Truly outrageous.
Yeah,
they are creating a new version, a live-action version of Jim and the Holograms, directed by John M. Chu. It's going to star Juliette Lewis, Molly Ringwald, and a bunch of other people you've never heard of.
They got Molly Ringwald to do this?
Yeah, I think Juliette Lewis and Molly Ringwald are like minor characters. They're like background people. Like Aubrey Peoples, Stephanie Scott, Aurora Perianu, Haley Kiyoko are going to be the headliners.
Now, when you say minor characters, is that a music joke?
It's not, but I'll take it.
No, but we're gonna give the movie a D flat. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we got that, and Ryan. Apparently, this isn't the only animated film that they want to make live action over at Hasbro. What else are they working up over there?
They're working up a new animated film based off the franchise of My Little Pony, set to hit theaters everywhere in 2017, which goes to say Hollywood has no original ideas anymore.
It's not only that, but Hasbro's like pulling out the worst that they could possibly. They did such a horrible job with Battleship, and now they're choosing Gem and the Holograms and My Little Ponies.
Hasbro should just start their own Hasbro universe, like Marvel.
Hasbro.
I just have like the Transformers, like with the My Little Pony.
I love
crossover, and yeah. That would be kind of amazing. I would have to see all that if they were doing.
I think it's not a bad idea. Actually, I think it would be funny.
All right, Jeff, let's go with you, and then we'll come back and pick up with our superhero section here. Jeff talked last week about a film based upon the concussion scandal that's plaguing the NFL. We told everyone it was going to star Will Smith and others, but they're still adding more to the cast. Who have they got now?
Richard T. Jones, who you may remember from Event Horizon, Super 8, and Godzilla, has been cast as the former NFL star Andre Waters, who was a safety for the Philadelphia Eagles and Arizona Cardinals. He played from 84 to 95 and committed suicide in 2006. Spoiler alert. But he was also his family gave permission for the Dr. Omalu, who Will Smith is playing, after he died, to examine his brain tissue. So that was sort of where this whole concussion firestorm started.
Okay. Well, it'll be very interesting to see how that works, and I'll be interested to see how they treat it. That's kind of the more interesting thing to me. Let's go ahead and take that first break, and when we come back, it's off to our superhero section. We always have it. We got a few things to talk about, including one trailer that was leaked a little bit early. Talk about it next.
Hope you got your popcorn, because we're back to the Entertainment Roundtable on Superstation 101.
Welcome back in. Entertainment Roundtable rolls on. Not much to choose from soundtrack-wise this week, so I ended up going to one of the films that's already been talked about, The Equalizer, which is at number 9 this week. Gladys Knight and the Pips, and this one particularly, Midnight Train to Georgia. It was really cool how they worked that in there. Apparently, they were trying to figure out what the employees are still not recording.
Yes, I heard it through the grapevine.
I thought I'd put Midnight Train to Georgia in there.
Nope.
I was supposed to put Midnight Train to Georgia in there.
Hey, it would have been great.
That's okay. I like heard it through the grapevine. So this is on no soundtrack on any movie this week, but we talked about it anyway. Let's get into the superhero section here. Rumors flying out about the upcoming films, Jacob, obviously, and that happens a lot when it comes to the Marvel films. But this time around, there's a rumor about the Batman vs. Superman film, and this one surrounds Robin. What's up?
Yeah, the rumor is right now that Robin is going to be female, possibly the character Carrie Kelly, which is keeping in line with the Frank Miller story that this movie is based off of. We also have heard the rumor that she'll be played by Jenna Malone, who has actually been confirmed in the film, but we're not actually sure. It's not confirmed she's going to play Robin. However, the extra that confirmed this is getting sued
for $5 million.
Getting sued.
By Warner Brothers.
Yeah, of our $5 million.
Okay, so the rumor is out there, and I've got Jeff and David laughing about it. David, your opinion on this?
Jeff was laughing at me, I believe, because I had a disgruntled look on my face. I am starting to more and more disagree with everything they're doing at Warner Brothers, and I just want them to fail.
Wow.
Oh.
Hello.
He was actually that extra.
I guess. Wow. So, okay, don't hold back on your opinion. I appreciate that.
I never do.
Ryan, you were not here last week, so we're going to give you a moment to talk your piece about the slate of DC comic movies that have been playing through 2020. We detailed it a little bit last week, and it was mostly just titles in a lot of cases, but you've got an opinion. Speak it.
Yeah, I mean, the slate, is come out. They got their lineup. I'm excited. Some wild cards that were thrown in there, like Cyborg. I'm interested to see how that's being dealt with. Suicide Squad, I didn't see that one coming, but that's going to be interesting to see because they've already hinted at that. They've had a few episodes dedicated to that in the TV universe with Arrow, but this is awesome. I'm excited. I can't wait for, obviously, Batman v Superman, I think, is going to be great. And then Justice League 1 and 2, I mean, it's insane. I can't wait, and I'm glad that DC has finally put a plan in motion.
Yeah, but the question is whether they're going to be able to execute that plan, and I think you're probably the one that has the most confidence that they can. I'm still a little weary myself. I'm not really all that certain that Warner and DC have the right idea.
By the way, did anyone else see the story that the actor who was going to play this Cyborg in the Cyborg movie wasn't told that he was doing a standalone movie?
Surprise!
Yeah.
From the Justice League.
Yeah, surprise.
Well, he won't, because they're not going to make it past Suicide Squad. They're just not.
You're that convinced that this is going to go down?
Man of Steel did not do as well as they thought it would, and there's been a huge backlash about why did they just start a Flash show if Grant Gustin wasn't going to be the Flash?
Right. Yeah, we talked a little bit about that
last
last
week. It
week,
makes no sense. Like, we're in the Marvel era now. We understand that there are TV shows that tie into the movies. That's what we want. That's what everyone wants. Why are we watching The Flash if it's not going to tie into the Justice League?
Because the DC is known for the multiverse, man. There's infinite Earths out there.
If they announce that they're setting up Crisis proper, then maybe. But the last thing they should be doing is putting that convoluted mess into the cinematic universe.
How much confidence do you have they can pull this off, Jeff?
Oh, it could go either way. It's going to be entertaining to watch one way or the other.
If it goes down in flames, it'll be fun to see. Let's go over to the one that's really kind of seemed to set this. You talked about it. We're kind of in the Marvel Universe way of doing things. Now, if you're Iron Man, Tony Stark, and your 3 standalone films each make more than the previous one, Jeff, what does Marvel do to show their appreciation?
Well, in an interview with the BBC Radio 1, Tony Stark told this story. He's like, on The Last Avengers, there's a scene where there's this A, which is probably 30 feet tall, and I'm looking at it, and we're shooting in England, and I go, I need that in my office in Venice. So one day, a truck backs up to his office in Venice and deliver the A to him.
So he's got the A sitting in his office in Venice.
Robert Downey Jr. has the
A. Robert Downey Jr. has the big A from the end.
How big
Avengers.
is that?
About 30 feet tall.
How big is his office?
I don't know, man. He didn't say.
It's all,
and I lost his number.
Some fairly tall ceilings.
It's all about 2 inches smaller than him.
Yeah. That's funny.
All right, here we go. One more superhero note, and this was not supposed to be seen until next week. It was supposed to debut during the Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode on ABC, but it got leaked early, and I'm fairly certain we've all seen it, correct? We've all seen the trailer?
I actually have not.
Multiple times.
Multiple times? Who has not seen it?
Me.
You have not seen it?
I have seen it. Multiple times.
Who's me? Who's saying me?
I'm saying me.
You have not seen this?
I'm right across from you.
Okay.
Who is that?
Yeah, right.
Who is that low in voice?
I did not recognize that. Okay, you have really.
I've just been
movie trailer master have not seen this.
I know. I've been. That's how swamped I've been.
All right. Well, sit back and revel in the glory of everyone else's opinion. And Ryan, we'll start with you.
In terms of dark, gritty, and raw, this trailer gets an A++++++. In terms of one of the greatest trailers of all time, I would say check that one, Jack. I've seen this trailer over a dozen times. One of the best teaser trailers ever made. Bring it.
Jacob?
Well, first of all, I would like to say I love the tweet that the Marvel Twitter account made after this came out that just said, "Damn it, Hydra." But as far as the trailer is concerned, I mean, it's a trailer. It basically tells us what we've already known about the Avengers movie. I mean, I'm excited about the movie. This trailer didn't do much to enhance that.
Jeff, anything?
I'm glad I finally got my first taste of what's Ultron's going to sound like with Spader's voice coming out of him, and it's great.
That was pretty cool.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Of course.
I feel so out of the loop.
Yeah, you should. David?
It is very rare that I agree so wholeheartedly with Ryan, but that is oh my gosh. This is the trailer was amazing. I had to change my pants. I really didn't, but
A little
I
more
almost
information
did.
than I needed.
No, I had to wear my Hulk undies for it.
Thank
to
you.
Gear up.
Appreciate you clarifying that.
Where has this gone?
Yeah, really. I heard that there were some legal problems from this as well. Somebody was saying that somebody's about to get... No, this was the Warner Brothers thing. Okay. Did the Marvel person that leaked this get fired?
I'm sure
That's what I heard, yeah.
Well, sometimes these leaks feel a little forced. It's
Right,
the big
yeah.
news.
Oh, no, how did this get out?
We leaked a perfect trailer.
I know, it was terrible.
And had the perfect opportunity to go...
And it's
"Dang you,
giant
Hydra."
news. I'm just like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
that feels forced. And some employee that we never knew of was fired.
Or maybe not. Maybe he wasn't fired. Maybe it was like a situation where he was like, whoops, I accidentally, put it up on Twitter the wrong day.
Yeah, here's what the deal is. The head honcho at the studio went, "Hey, John, go ahead. Put this thing out there now. We'll make a big deal out of it, but all's going to be really good. You'll get a big bonus."
Yeah.
I kind of doubt it was leaked out early on purpose, considering that it was the day after they had announced that it was going to be, they were going to debut it on Marvel, Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. the next week.
Right.
It seemed like it would not serve any purpose to leak this early.
Except for the fact that we're talking about it right now.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah,
I
we
love
would
it.
be talking about it next week.
We would have been.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
either
true.
way, but still. When I looked at it, and I'm with everybody else, my appetite was already whetted for this a long time ago, pretty much right after the first Marvel Avengers film. And I'm ready to go with it, but to actually get some of the visuals on it was just fantastic. So I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait. Jacob, young adult films, kind of all the rage here. Obviously, the success of Hunger Games, which I imagine will be maybe the first one picked. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Next round of films entitled The Fifth Wave. I've not even heard of this film. What is The Fifth Wave about?
Well, it's an adaptation of a novel, obviously. It follows the people of Earth who have endured 4 waves of increasingly deadly attacks from aliens. The main character, played by Chloe Grace Moretz, is one of the few survivors on the run, desperately trying to save her younger brother. And as she prepares for the inevitable lethal 5th wave, Cassie meets a young man who may become her final hope. Ryan Livingston from, if you recognize him from anything but Office Space, get off our show, will play Chloe Grace Moretz's father, Oliver.
Okay. When is this supposed to come out? Do we know?
In the future.
I'm still startled from that, like what sounded like a gunshot.
I know.
in the
What
back
happened
of-
there?
I was like, Jacob, hide.
Yeah, really. Everybody, duck. Ryan got a movie in the works right now entitled The Martian, and since we don't know much about it, tell us about it.
Yes, sir. It's about an astronaut gets stranded on Mars, played by Matt Damon. It's going to be directed by Ridley Scott. They have added Sean Bean from GoldenEye and Chiwetel Ejiofor from 12 Years a Slave added to the mix. It's going to hit theaters everywhere on November 25th of 2015.
Everyone's doing sci-fi now because of Gravity.
No, we're all thrilled about it.
I'm really
is that
excited
why?
about this movie.
I'm sorry, what? Jacob?
I'm really excited about this movie. So
Who isn't? The
But you
cast
have to
is
wait a
all
year.
stars.
You have to wait a year for it, though.
Yeah.
Who cares? I can wait. We got Avengers coming out, fool.
All right. Fool.
He's getting,
Wow.
He's getting gangster.
He is
on
getting
us.
bold, isn't he?
Getting a little sassy over
Slow
there.
your roll, Ryan.
today.
Check
Go-
yourself before you wreck yourself.
Go
There
feed
you
those
go.
fish in your shoes. They're your platform shoes.
Stop. Jeff, the folks behind The Conjuring have decided that they are not ready for round 2 just yet.
Yeah, looks like they're moving it back from 2015 to 2016. So, boom.
They have anything in its place like Annabelle 2 or
An
something?
unannounced horror film.
An
Or
unannounced horror film.
untitled horror film.
Untitled horror film,
I mean,
whatever.
it doesn't even, The Conjuring 2 doesn't even have a director yet, so.
Okay.
It's like, maybe we might want to give ourselves a little time.
I don't know why. It's just another horror film. Jacob, let's wrap up movie news here as apparently zombies continue to fascinate Hollywood. They're working up a video game adaptation of Dead Rising. What are you hearing?
Yeah, Legendary is making Dead Rising Watchtower. It's a zombie survival film based on the video game. And they have cast Rob Riggle to play the main character, Frank West, a veteran photojournalist.
I hear Rob Riggle, and I immediately think that they're going to make this into a comedy.
Well, I mean, the video game has humorous overtones to it, so it's not a really shocking. He fits the part pretty well.
Gotcha. Is it just me, or is Legendary getting less and less so?
Possibly.
They had me at zombies. I like zombies, anything.
All right. Out on Blu-ray or DVD next Tuesday. If you choose to, you can choose from 3 different films. Dinesh D'Souza's America, Imagine a World Without Her, Begin Again, and Wish I Was Here. If you're a TV series collector, you've got Season 4 of the very old Western TV show Big Valley, and you can now purchase, or as of Tuesday you can, the entire series collection of WKRP in Cincinnati, and from what I'm told, they have the vast majority of the music that actually showed up in the original show, and that was the biggest problem when they released the first season all by itself. TV news, and we're going to lead off with Fox, and Ryan, it goes to you. Apparently, they've decided one of their freshman comedies might not be necessarily as good as they had hoped. What's going on over at Mulaney?
Yeah, they have decided to trim the episode order from 16 to 13. They made this call after just 2 episodes have aired. They have just wrapped filming episode 13. They were about to go into production on episode 14, but that has since been halted.
All right, staying with Fox, and to Jeff, the freshman show Gotham, on the other hand, seems to be doing well. We talked about it last week. They had an extension or an addition to the number of orders or series or episodes ordered, and now they're adding to the cast. Who's coming on board?
The beautiful and lovely Morena Baccarin, or Baccarin. What do you want to say?
Oh, Inara.
Inara from Firefly. She was also the Queen alien in V, and she'll be playing Dr. Leslie Tompkins, who is sort of a mentor.
Oh, yes, she will.
She'll be playing her well.
For those who don't know who Tompkins is, what role does Tompkins play in the show?
She's sort of a mentor to young Bruce, and she's one of the few people that knows he's Batman from way back. So
okay, Jacob.
I said, who cares who she's playing? I mean,
well, because we would like to know what role
she's playing. The beautiful Herder.
Yeah, exactly.
Because none of that else matters.
Going to be on screen.
Jacob, let's stick with Fox, and apparently there's a lawsuit involving the long-running animated show The Simpsons and one of the actors from the movie Goodfellas. What's going on there?
Yeah, Frank Severo, who played the role of Frankie Carboni in Goodfellas, is now claiming that Springfield Mafia's Louie is based on his character. Now, he is suing for $250 million, but the interesting thing is the character Louie from The Simpsons has been on the show since the 4th season in 1991. So, I don't know how,
Well, did he just, has he been living under a rock?
Yeah, really. I mean, it's been on for what, 26 years now?
It's obvious that the character was based on him, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, have a little fun with it, man, and have a sense of humor, would you?
Right.
One more note on Fox. Ryan, back to you. Working up a TV show based upon a Will Smith movie. Which one?
They are working up a half-hour-long comedy series based off Will Smith's film known as Hitch, and they're going to try to put it out in the next year or so.
I remember the movie Hitch, and it was okay.
Oh, I love Hitch.
I don't know whether it's going to go into a TV show, will it?
I think so. I think it's hilarious.
His cover was blown at the end of it. What are you going to do?
That was so defensive.
Well, I loved it.
Someone so defensive of Hitch.
I think I like Will Smith, and I
think he did a very good job in the role, but by the end of the movie, his cover was blown as far as what he did for a living. Where are you going to go with this?
All dysfunctional guys trying to pick up women. That's hilarious.
It's a separate universe.
Yeah, really, I guess. What? Sorry, Jacob?
Maybe it's a prequel.
Could be a prequel.
All right, maybe.
It's funny
stuff. I doubt it.
I don't know.
It's going to look stupid, and it's going to fail like every other sitcom does nowadays.
Well, it seems that way. Project. But that said, ABC's not deterred, Jacob. They're going to work up a movie into a TV show as well, taking an old Tom Hanks film. And I mean old. Which one?
Yeah, they're following Fox's news of trying to turn big into a TV show, and they're going to go with 1980s or 1984's Bachelor Party. It's going to be a half-hour comedy that centers around 3 couples, one just starting to fall in love, one on the verge of marriage, and one freshly divorced, as they go through a modern-day co-ed bachelor-bachelorette extravaganza. And they envision the series to be an anthology, with each season centering on a different wedding party.
This sounds awful.
This sounds like something that's destined to fail, possibly even before it ever airs.
Well, it did get a pilot with heavy penalty, which means that if it doesn't If it doesn't make it to air as a series, the ABC owes the studio a lot of money. So.
Oh, wow. So it may actually see air and then go away.
Yeah, probably one season.
CBS, Jeff, has decided to trim the order of episodes for one of their shows this season so far. Which one is it, and what might be the long-term ramifications here?
Yeah, currently in its 15th season. It will be this season. CSI will only consist of 18 episodes, which is the first time they've trimmed the number of episodes per season since the writer's strike of 2007 and 8.
Yeah.
They're telling people not to worry. Basically, it's an option that they've always had to trim their regular series back because they haven't had any of their new shows pulled. Everything has been a success, but they've got all these mid-season shows that they also have to make room for. So they're basically just trimming some fat here and there.
Okay, so they're just saying that, Ted Danson and Elizabeth Shue and all the others will probably be back. It's just that you're going to have a shorter season this year than normal?
Right, even though history shows that CSI Miami had season 10 reduced to 19 episodes the first time that happened, and that show's last season.
Yeah.
So sure.
Sure it is. We're just going to make Ted Danson feel better and pat him on the head. Don't worry, it's all normal. It's all good. Let's stay at CBS. Ryan, we knew David Letterman was leaving. Then we heard Craig Ferguson was leaving in the late-night talk show round. Then we found out Stephen Colbert was going to be taking over for David Letterman. Now we know who's going to be taking over Ferguson's seat. Who is it, and when will the new show under the new host debut?
Yes, sir. The new host is going to be James Corden. They're going to kick things off. He's going to tape his show in L.A., be supervised by British producer Ben Winston, and Ferguson is expected to sign off on December the 19th later this year.
What is he known for?
British TV, but who watches that anyway?
Ferguson?
No, not Craig Ferguson, his stand-in.
Yeah, I don't know the stand-in.
Yeah, I believe he's been a host or a comedian on British talk shows overseas, but I don't know about that stuff.
Jacob?
If you're a Doctor Who fan, you know him very well. He played the role of Craig in Matt.
Okay, I'm immediately looking at our Doctor Who fan over here, and he's going, who?
Yeah, I'm a Doctor Who fan, but I don't, study up on bit parts, man.
He was in the Lodger episode.
Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. I don't remember him.
Okay.
Not helping at all. So we'll move on. Jeff, CW.
Charlatan.
Yeah, really.
I know.
CW apparently is on quite the roll over there. And Jeff, what are they thinking when it comes to a couple of the shows? They're giving full season orders to 2 shows, correct?
Yes. Looks like The Flash and Jane the Virgin are both getting full season orders.
Like The Flash, not seen an episode of Jane the Virgin. What's?
I've seen like the first 15 minutes, and it's god awful.
But
yeah, I heard nothing happens.
Nothing happens. That's a good one, David.
That is funny.
But The Flash is good, though. Everyone loves The Flash, though.
Sounds like those 2 shows could make a good pairing.
Stop it.
What?
USA, on the other hand, seems to like what they're getting. Jacob, they've got a comedy reality series. What's going on over at Chris Lee Knows Best, and I've tried to watch an episode of this. This is god-awful.
Yeah, don't ask me why, but they picked it up for a 3rd season, and they also are going to do a holiday special this December. So,
yay!
If you like this show, huzzah!
Yeah, congratulations to you. Speaking of the USA Network, they're apparently going to try Christian Slater in another TV show. Jeff, what's this one about?
Christian Slater's going to star in a pilot, Mr. Robot. Woohoo! And basically, it's a cyber crime drama. And I'm assuming that the Mr. Robot is a young programmer, Elliot, who suffers from a debilitating antisocial disorder and decides that he can only connect to people by hacking them. And he will find himself in the intersection between a cybersecurity firm he works for and the underworld organizations recruiting him to bring down corporate America. Down with a man, Mr. Robot.
I'm not going to say I had this idea.
But you had this idea?
But no, this is exactly where I expected Christian Slater to wind up.
I was kind of hoping that when they called it. I was kind of hoping when they called it Mr. Robot, it would be a remake of Short Circuit.
Oh well, yeah, it might have actually been, almost as good.
We don't hope for remakes on this show.
Not really, no. All right, we need to take a break. When we come back, I've got a couple of notes from our friends down there at our Amstar Theater in Alabaster, and then we'll get into draft time. Stay close. That's next.
They do all their own stunts. The Entertainment Roundtable on Superstation 101.
Hey, it seemed appropriate. We did a Simpsons story. We might as well play the Simpsons theme song as we come back here. Draft is about ready to start. Everyone got the list ready to go? You know exactly?
I've got things.
You've got things?
Yeah.
You sure?
You can look at
I
my
guess
list,
so.
but I already kind of written numbers on it.
That's okay.
I wrote things down.
All right, so you're as prepared as you're going to get?
Yes, yeah.
Ryan, Jacob, everything ready?
I am ready to go. I have the list in front of me. Let's do it.
Jeff, got it?
I'm ready to win a game.
Pre-establish a prize this time. I don't think.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up right now because Ryan could do this. There are movie stops here in the Birmingham area and where Ryan lives. So if Ryan wins, I will make sure that we get a $25 gift card to Movie Stop, and that's what's coming your way, Jeff, because you won the Summer Movie League.
Well, huzzah!
So there you go. Real quick, I've been talking about our friends down there at the Amstar Theaters in Alabaster, and starting on Halloween and for the next 6 weeks, they're going to be doing a Cans for a Cause food drive. It's going to benefit local food banks. All the food's going to stay here in the local area. And they do have kind of prizes awarded. So if you come in with like 10 cans, they're going to get you a coupon that'll get you some popcorn. And they're going to do the same thing that they did last year. Anybody who comes in, brings in 300 cans or more, you will be into a drawing to win a season pass to the movie theaters, which means you get into any movie that you want. In other words, if you want to see every movie that comes out next year, they will let you in for free.
Goodness.
Need to bring the 300 cans in one trip. They have said that so far they have not had anybody do this. So if you bring in 300 cans, it's almost guaranteed you have a pass to go to every single movie that you want to go to next year.
Wait a minute. If you bring 300 you're going to be like the only dude in the drawing.
Probably so.
Do the math on how many movies you watch. You might it could actually be affordable.
And it all goes to a great cause as well.
To a good cause.
Shelby County, make sure I get this right, the Shelby Baptist Association in this case. And we also talked about retro cinema this month. They've been doing Hitchcock films leading up to Halloween.
Dude, that's cool.
Well, next month, we get into November, they're going to turn their attention to holiday films, and I got the lineup right here. November 4th and 5th, this is middle of the week, Tuesday and a Wednesday evening, one-time showing, 7:30 p.m. on each of these. Muppet Christmas Carol comes out first.
Yes.
November 11th and 12th, Scrooged with Bill Murray. November 18th and 19th, the classic White Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Into December, they're going to take Thanksgiving week off. December 2nd and 3rd, Home Alone. December 9th and 10th, my wife is going to drag me to this Kicking and Screaming, A Christmas Story. December 16th and 17th, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And they wrap it up December 23rd and Christmas Eve, It's a Wonderful Life. We'll make sure that we have that up on the Entertainment Roundtable Facebook page.
I love that movie.
Okay, so we're all set. We're all ready to go. I told one person where they were drafting earlier on, and he's the only person that knows where it is he's drafting. Josh got
Jeff
the
looked
number
immediately
1 seed.
to me.
Josh got the number 1 seed, and I did the exact same thing I did last time when we did the Summer Movie League draft. I put all of our names into a bucket. I went over to the morning show co-host on our sister station, went to Roxanne from 93.7 WDJC. She picked out the names, and I just put the number right beside it. Following Josh, I get 2nd seed. Jeff, you go 3rd. Ryan, 4th. David, 5th.
Terrible.
Jacob, be prepared because at the end of round 1, you'll kick off round 2. We do the snake thing. So Josh, me, Jeff, Ryan, David, Jacob. Then it's Jacob, David, Ryan, Jeff, me, and Josh, and then we'll round it out. 3rd round looking exactly like the first round.
Just tell me when it's my turn.
I'll let you know.
Immense power in my hands, and
You do.
I feel like I could make a mistake, but I'm going to go with my gut and say Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1.
Wow.
I hate you.
Way to stretch there, my friend.
Sorry, guys.
I hate you.
Jeff, you and I kind of chatted about this a little bit earlier. And
I can't believe you let me do this knowing you were coming in ahead of me. Scare me, dog.
Well, and here's the thing. You may be right on this, but I cannot pass it by. So I gift you what you think will probably make more money. I'm going to take The Hobbit,
There you
Battle
go.
of the Five Armies.
And that leaves me with 50
Jeff.
Shades.
All right, so
Whoa,
50 Shades
whoa,
is down.
Whoa, you just chose 50 Shades of Grey?
Dude, that thing's going to make so much money.
It is, but
Yeah, it's gonna make
I don't
major
think it's
money.
going to be. You're limited by the R-ratedness of it.
It's not going to make past $30 million.
Yeah, it's not going to make more than. I'm
Hey,
not going to say anything
fellas,
more. I'm not
this
gonna,
is not a young adult novel. This
No,
is a bunch
this
of
isn't.
housewives who are going to go out there to see.
Yeah, it's going to do like.
This thing has sold so many books, it's almost
yeah.
stupid. Trust me, it's not going to stop at $30 million, Ryan. I'm sorry, it's
with
not.
a hoodie and a cap and sunglasses.
It's
going
to be one of the highest grossers of the season.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Okay,
that.
so here we go. Hunger Games is gone. Hobbit is gone. 50 Shades of Grey is gone, and that leaves us to Ryan. What are you choosing in 4th?
Okay, all right, this is good. I still got some picks left here. First pick for me, I'm going to go Chris Nolan style, Interstellar, brother.
Interstellar off the board. All right, David, you're up.
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero 6.
Good
I was
choice.
surprised that it was not taken earlier. All right, and that brings us to Jacob. Where are you going, Jacob?
I'm going Exodus, Gods and Kings.
Exodus is gone, and your first pick in the second round.
I'm going with. I'm choosing between a couple. I'm going to go with Taken 3.
No!
Wow. Hello. Okay, where does that go? We go to David again.
Penguins of Madagascar.
That's a good choice. Wow, he's going all animation. That's smart.
All right. Ryan, you're back around.
Let's see. Oh, this is so tough now. All right, I'm going to go with, where are you? Horrible Bosses 2.
Dang it! Just because you go first means you get screwed out of all the good ones.
Horrible Bosses 2. All right.
I got Mockingjay, losers.
I don't care.
Jeff, round 2.
Jupiter Ascending.
Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to make any money.
It's a bomb horribly.
Well, here's the thing. This is kind of a repeat for you because you had this thing last time around in the summer, and then it got moved back into what we are now doing. So you had it the last time, so you're confident enough in it, you're going to take it again.
It's more of a favorite, just on an emotional level.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand that. I don't have any problem with that.
So bizarre.
It does look a little on the bizarre
side. But maybe
side.
the Wachowski siblings will pull it off.
See, I'm banking on the leftover goodwill for the bizarre brought on by Guardians of the Galaxy.
Maybe.
People are like, hey, space is cool,
yeah,
man.
but they made fun of it like they made fun of themselves, and this one doesn't look like it makes fun of itself. It looks like it takes itself very seriously.
I think families are going to come out and check this out in droves.
Maybe.
So my second round pick is going to be Into the Woods.
Into the Woods.
Yep. December 25th, Disney film.
Good luck.
Oh, dang. How did we not see that
I
coming?
think families are going to come out in droves
no, I agree.
on this one. I really do. And Josh, you're finally back around, sir.
Did anybody call Night in the Museum?
Nobody has called Night in the Museum.
Bam! That's Robin Williams' last big film.
All right.
I think that you might get some... I'm banking off that because you got Philip Seymour Hoffman's last film in Mockingjay.
Yeah.
And I guess he has one more after that he's in. But that's good. This is going to be like that kind of movie.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that.
And you have to pick another one because you kick off our third and final round.
Okay. I'm going to go.
We're starting to get really, really
Man,
low
we've abandoned Dumb and Dumber here because I guess it looks so incredibly stupid. Everyone's kind of just. It's between that and Nightcrawler for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like Nightcrawler is going to be a good film, so I'm going to go with Nightcrawler.
You're going Nightcrawler. I'll go ahead and I'll take Dumb and Dumber because that would have been right off of my. That was actually the order that I had those two in. So
Annie.
There you go. Going to take Annie.
It's a hard knock life for us.
Yeah, I like the old one.
I think it's going to make, of the musicals, it's going to blow Into the Woods away.
You think so? Okay.
Yep.
Ryan?
I don't think that, but.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so bad. All right, you know what? I'm going to take a risk because I think it's going to do very well. It's already getting awards buzz. I'm going to go with Foxcatcher, guys.
It looks good.
I'm going with that. It's got a lot of awards buzz, especially for Steve Carell. So
I keep laughing at Steve Carell, and I'm like, I shouldn't laugh at him in this because he's playing a serious, wicked dude.
David, where are you going?
The Best of Me.
Best of Me. We'll find out
made
very
10
quick.
million already.
That's a date film right there.
Yeah.
And Jacob, you wrap us up.
I'm going to go with The Wedding Ringer.
Interesting. I would have thought that somebody might have taken Kingsman: The Secret Service, but nobody did.
Watch it make
but no.
tons. It just looks kind of dumb.
Yeah, but it also looks like it might be kind of fun.
It's either going to be really kick butt, kind of like that movie with what's his name, Keanu Reeves in it.
John Wick.
John Wick.
Yeah, it's either going to be like really fun like that.
Okay, so here's some of the ones that we.
John Wick.
Here's some of the ones we left out of the draft. We didn't select Horns, which is not that big of a surprise. Theory of Everything, also not that terribly big of a surprise. Hot Tub Time Machine 2, really not shocked at all that nobody picked that.
Watch it make more money than anything else.
Yeah, really. And then you got The Gambler, which is not the Kenny Rogers film. It's I looked it up. Mark Wahlberg.
Mark.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg wasn't impressed. Black Hat, was also left off in Kingsman: The Secret Service. So there you go. There's our Winter Movie League draft order. We'll be keeping track on this as we go on through.
What's funny is you guys,
months.
as we went around, I was just marking it off in order what I'd written down.
Yeah, me too. Like the first 7.
Yeah.
Except
nailed it.
Except I had 50 Shades above The Hobbit. So
yeah,
you
put
you
50
and I were Shades above The Hobbit.
Now remember,
you
the
really think it's going to do that much?
The idea is to go with what you think. Honestly, is going to make more money.
I am so confused at how that's going to do. I think it might do gangbusters, or it could be a disappointment.
And you're talking
the 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey.
It's just taboo.
I got to agree with
about.
you.
That's why it'll do
there's
well.
the taboo of it, but these books there's more books out there than just 50 Shades of Grey. And when you think about how popular those books are, and still are even to this day, this thing has got amazing buzz about it. We may not be big on the subject material. I know Ryan's not, but this thing, this movie is going to have to really be just one of the worst produced films of all time for women to not go see this film.
Oh yeah.
And to be honest, the trailer doesn't look terrible.
There you go. Well, I seen one trailer for it, and it looks interesting. Ryan, we can catch you online. Where can we find you online, sir?
On Facebook at Ryan Matthews and on Twitter at RyanRPM5.
All right. We'll talk all about it again next week right here on this show. David, we can find you online. Where can we find you online?
Go check out my original comedy sketches at maladjusted.tv. I am on YouTube. Go subscribe to me. I needs it, baby.
There you go. Jacob, thank you so much for coming out with the movie list here that we used, and we will talk again next week, my friend.
Glad to be here.
Very good. Josh, one more time.
Yes.
10 o'clock to 8 o'clock Saturday.
Pelham Civic Center. Come audition for the next Irwin Brothers film.
Do they need to be in period dress or not?
They can if they want.
70s early.
Yes.
Correct. All right. Jeff, thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
Have a fantastic weekend, my
friend.
You
too.
And who knows? Maybe we'll have the chance to check out John Wick between now and then. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone, and we'll talk to you 1 week from today.
Please.